Take a look at my pipes. Need to clean this one out. They got destroyed last time. That was someone. Yeah, I'll go this end. That's why I didn't do that, to get stuck midway. I always forget which pipe is which. I smoke them so rarely, it doesn't matter. It's been pretty average, I guess. Nothing new. Nothing exciting. Been meaning to just switch on for a while. I recorded a review a couple days ago, to be honest. Been meaning to get around to uploading that. I'll go for Pearson. Don't know why this tin is completely oily, but that's just how it goes. And you can't. If you've never tried it before, you'll have no idea what it's about, because it's all about the smell, of course. But comes pretty good moisture out of the tin, to be honest. This is dry as fuck, actually. Maybe the lid wasn't on properly. Oh well, rip tobacco. How's that man is going? This is not going to work. It's too goddamn dry. I don't even have a half decent lighter kicking about. My desk is an absolute mess at all times. Gonna have to do that one again. Not quite bad enough. This is not good. This I don't know why this dried out on me, but it'll eventually start burning. It's not bad. So what's everyone up to today? Aside from watching some lunatic smoke a pipe. That bugs me. It's not packed enough. Gonna have to get back on that tomorrow. Is the audio fine? Seems to be. Purveyor of fine beverages such as Pepsi Max Cherry. They'll sponsor me one day. Glen 12. Taste it right off the bat. I've not been around a lot lately. I've just been sitting around for a long time. That I've been meaning to get to it, but just haven't been. So I wish I had a better lighter for this. Smoke's pretty weak, but so I was thinking of reviewing a cigar today, but I never decided what. Can't really think of one, to be honest. I've got quite a lot on the draw to review. So much mess everywhere. Son of a bitch. Welcome to the review draw. Never tried John Mason. I mostly just drink synthetics. Nice fill. So ignore those. This is basically my review draw, where I keep cigars that I plan to review sometime soon. I'll do some quick actually. Let me just speak about this box first actually. A guy called Alistair got in touch with me and said he wanted to send me some cigars to review. I only smoke cigars, but occasionally a pipe because it fills in the price gap. So he was talking to me about this and I said this is the most beautiful box I've ever seen on cigars, and he happened to have one, so he sent me the box. Probably the FaceTime cigars address on it. So he sent me a few cigars with it that I'm going to be reviewing sometime soon. The Winston Churchill Late Hour. It's a pretty hefty cigar there. These VF cigars, I have literally no idea what they are. And some Pargas. Forgotten the name of them already. It's been a while, but can't be that bad. So I reviewed one of the cigars he sent me. That was the LFD Lenox, which is actually a really good cigar. So I'll probably get more of those. But he mainly sent me the box, and I was quite happy with that. I just balanced out there. And these here are the a couple that I have reviewed before. I've been debating on reviewing these or not, but these are different sizes. So this is the Conquistador I don't think it's Petite Corona, it's definitely a smaller size than that, but it might be called that. And the Don Thomas, probably Corona size. Don Thomas one of my favorite budget cigars at the moment because it's just so good. It's very very good. It's like a premium cigar for a budget cigar price, and then little store there. The handles go blue. I bought a pack of these because they're of course really really cheap, obviously, and that's not upside down. They're kind of okay for the price. They're kind of still cheap and crappy, and you can't really avoid that feeling even then. Even they're very cheap. A couple what are they called? Cohiba Specials. Focus. I would do, but I'm a lazy bastard, so that's never gonna happen, I'm afraid. My videos are just turn the webcam on and then just talk, and then that's it, because I like to enjoy cigars when I smoke them. I don't like to do too much other shit. Yeah. Still some in there. Woodbine cigarettes. They're okay. Backwoods, this is the black one. I believe I reviewed and smoked the yellow one. A couple of these are new. I think this also came with, well, Alistair sent actually. This little Inca here. I wouldn't review cigars if I wasn't enjoying it, so that's why my videos are kind of low quality, because if I put in a lot of effort, I wouldn't really want to do them. It's not just sit and enjoy a cigar for me, so. And this is the American Inca. I think I also sent this as well. I'm not entirely sure, I don't remember. I reviewed the Drew Estate Undercrown Robusto 3 days ago or something. I've had those before. I'm impartial to them, to be honest, but I decided to review one, and that is actually just the last review I did. So yeah, you should be waiting for that one in a couple of days, I suppose, when I get around to it. These are some very obscure minis that I was sent by RJ the Smoker, something like 2 years ago, and I just somehow can't really bring myself to smoke them. But they're still in the review jar. So all these are from the same person here. We got the Rocky Patel Vintage 1992 Deluxe Toro. This thing looks like a beast, to be honest. It looks like a really good solid Maduro cigar. Wouldn't really know till I tried, but this is an Arturo Fuente. What was it just called? The King? The Chateau Fuente? Don't know much about it. Okay. It's hard to actually see with the pipe in my mouth, but my wife kind of does this thing where it never focuses, and if I'm blowing smoke in front of it, it just completely loses its mind. So take my word for it, it's not a bad looking band. Saint Rosa Discovery Series. Yeah, I'm gonna try this one again, but if it doesn't work, I'm giving up. I finally tried it away actually. There we go. Almost. It's never gonna focus. It will never ever focus. You just gotta sort of live with that knowledge. Where are my pipe stands? Oh, what's up? Long time no see. This is quite an interesting one. It's the Jumpman. I have no idea what the hell this is. The Jumpman Discovery. And it's one hell of a band. Oh, wrapping. And this one here is supposed to be quite strong. The Asylum Straight Jacket. 54 by 6 inches. And last but not least, in this little pile, we have the Perdomo Reserve Champagne 10th Anniversary 5 Puritos. And I mean, like, I'm a big fan of this box already. It's a pretty beautiful box, to be honest. And the inside you had 5 nice patless cigars. I had one already, and they're like a bit over an hour. They're really, really good. Like, extremely pleasant, to be honest. So, yeah, this one seems to be a very good deal. So those were sent to me by one person. Thank her for sending me those. Don't think she's around at the moment, but yeah, what's up, man? Next, a Shartan tubed. I've been meaning to get around to this forever. I smoked the Corona. It was really good. I don't remember I reviewed it. I probably should have if I didn't. But this is the Tube Churchill. I've been meaning to redo this review since it was like my first proper review on this channel. Couple of packs of Neos. I've sent these such a long time ago, I never got around to reviewing them. I just had this time where I just wouldn't review minis because it wasn't enough to just switch on a live stream for. I would always review them on the back of something. Been so meaning to get around to those. Davidoff minis, Royal Dutch, the aromatic red version. Not sure if I reviewed those or not. Been meaning to review these forever. I love the little tin, the Metropolis, A premium quality cigars is what it says. It's like the usual bullshit you get on many cigars, but it's my Facebook page for CigarHub if you're seeing that. But great little tin, great little cigars. They just don't taste that good. That's the problem. Like, they're great quality and they do last a very long time. They're like exceptional in terms of mini standards, but just I'm not a fan of the taste. So La Paz Cigarillos and Mahari Sweet Orient minis, but I think they're just sitting in there. I don't think they're in my review technically, because I'm not a big fan of those at all. They're kind of crappy, to be honest. A lot of people tend to find them kind of repulsive. Trying to fight magnets with one hand is a pain in the ass. Now to somehow stack this back in my humidor. Yeah, I'm gonna give up with the pipe. That tobacco was dry as fuck. I really should not have lit it in the first place. Bring this back up to me, wherever the hell I am. I'm apparently there. I refuse to get stuck on. Oh, these fell through. Toscano Rosso. They're quite good. If you enjoy watching me struggle, this is the place. Yeah, there we go. I don't have that many scars. If I did, I would, but I don't. I did get myself another pack of these, the Parquez Minis, a little while ago. The Toscano Tico, of course, and my usual smokes. The Royal Dutch Half Coronas. Big fan of those for the price of £2 from a shop. Still not smoked it yet. The H. Upmann Limited Edition 2015, I believe. So I'm gonna have a La Paz Cigarillo. One of my favorites, I guess. I've got a lot of favorites. If I smoke them, they're my favorite. Don't know why my autofocus doesn't want to work, but it's been like that since 2015, 14, I don't know. Fairly consistent. So I don't know if I'll do a review today or not. I just wanted to switch this on and just speak, but I think you missed that part of my video. Oh, part of this live stream. Oh god, those are buried. Get a pick better cigars to talk about. If by when you say Perdomo, I assume you mean Perdomo? Maybe? If so, then yes. If not, then never heard of it. I don't do anything. This is just a good chair because it's very comfortable for me. I don't really care too much about looks. I would get like a big old armchair if it was me, but this is a computer, so I have a computer chair. And my seat belt. That's those are the only ones I've tried, and I like them quite a bit. So relatively good minis. If it was to review cigar today, I don't know what I would review if I was reviewing a cigar today. I've not been like I've not been streaming for long, like 20 something minutes. Also, good evening to two new people. Right now is the La Paz Cigarillo. All I've done so far is basically gone over all the cigars I've got left on my review shelf, which is quite a bit. I don't know what I'm going to review tonight though. Surprisingly light, to be honest. I don't smoke all that even often anymore. Just because with one thing here and there, I don't have 2 hours to sit down and smoke a long cigar anymore. It's just not a common occurrence for me. So, but when I do, I do. I would say maybe at least 1 or 2 minis a day, and occasionally a big cigar a couple of times a week. At the current rate. Aside from that, there's not been like there's not been much new recently. I've been meaning to do reviews. If you've seen my Facebook page for CigarHub, you'll know I reviewed the Drew Estate Undercrown Robusto a few days ago, and that's one I've got to upload. I don't imagine that would be a problem. Depends on your country. Like if you're talking about the UK, you can bring in 50 and they won't give a shit. I think you have to declare it though, unless it specifies. I don't really know. I've never left the country. I'm a bit. I just know all of it. I've never experienced it. So I didn't go to any tobacconists in Coventry. I didn't have time. But Coventry's a shithole anyway, so I would have got stabbed if I tried going to a tobacconist. So I have never tried one of those. Never heard of it. There's probably one that I know mention. A lot of people like Americans and stuff watch my videos, and I don't get many of those cigars. Just because the market's completely different. I've also not bought cigars in basically forever. Like, it's been such a long time since I last did. I've been kind of meaning to, but I've had bigger financial things come up. Yeah, I'm in Scotland. If you can't tell, I'm trying to speak English, but did I drop frames at some point? I must have. I think I had the Inca Red Tres Petit Corona. Yes, I did. I reviewed that one, the red one. I can't say about the normal Corona. The ones I had the Inca Blue in all the sizes it came in. I had the Inca Red in the Crystallis and the Tres Petit Corona size. I would not say if it's a couple of quid, I wouldn't say that's the difference though. Like, it's probably not worth it. Alright, see you next time. I'm not live too often anymore, but I'm hoping to at least get back into it a bit more. I probably could use one to make me sound more English. And it depends what you mean by beginner cigar. If you mean like just a mini or like a proper cigar, that just would be good for beginners. I wouldn't say the taste would be any different. I know from the blue one that's not the case, but I sort of evolved off that taste though. I just got off the Incas. Although I'm kind of gonna be excited to try the Inca with the C that I've got. Need to get more Dominican cigars. Honestly, I need to look more into La Flor Dominicana, see if I can get some more of their range because I very much enjoy everything they have. The answer to that one's always changing. Don't know what it is tonight, but I'm in like what do you call it? Tension of the anus. It's like I don't know. It's like I can't stop, tapping the ash of scars. I can't stop randomly puffing it constantly. I don't know. Maybe we should have a drink. Yeah, I'll go get myself a drink back in a second. You'll see blackness. That's not an issue. And I am back. Completely dead. I swear about 3 balls of this stuff. Oh, I love this stuff though. It's too good. Alright. That's the only way I drink this stuff though. If I'm having anything with a chaser, I always drink in a pint glass. It's the only way to make it work. Not bad though. Not bad at all. These last a surprisingly long amount of time. That's why they're like they're my to review list, but I would probably say they're quite high. I've always found La Paz cigars to just be. It's kind of like here's some cheap crap that's really good, so you never really know what to think of. Okay, I'm really not happy with my chair up like that. There we go. Tension, tension. I need to do something about this webcam. The autofocus is too terrible. For example, why does it work when I try and show it doesn't work? But yeah, I would do something better. I've tried, but honestly, it's just I like to just turn on, and you know, if I could get a better camera, then great. But I'm not going to pay a great deal of investment. You could have money and not be money conscious. Like, yeah, that's generally how you get money. A lot of people have more expensive and more important things to buy. So you just gotta be a little bit cautious on the wants and focus more on the needs. Actually, La Paz are better in Royal Dutch. As I said, one of my all-time classic favorites from shop cigars in a way would be the just forgotten where the hell they were. Was it the half Corona? I put these on par, to be honest, with all past Coronas. Price wise, they're quite similar. The past Coronas just have I don't know, it's just a little bit of a touch to them. Are they called Corona? No, cigarros. Fuck, that took me some time. I've not had those in a very, very long time, but they were very good. It's just like both are just kind of like cheap Dutch tobacco, but La Paz just does something a little bit better with it. If you're ordering online anyway, it's just kind of the better option to go for. There's just something about cheap cigars that you don't quite get with other cigars, even if, you know, yeah, you don't get all too many. But to Asda still sell the Royal Dutch half Coronas. That is not how you spell Asda. But thank you, Google, for correcting me. My ability to use words today has gone out the literal fucking window. Royal Dutch half Corona, 5 cigars. has gone slightly down in price on Asda actually. It's £9.35 for a 5 pack. Huh. I usually get the occasional home shopping from Asda, so. Sometimes Asda just has things Tesco doesn't. Did they have anything cheap? OVD is 23 quid a bottle. That's a bit much. Oh well. Could go for 3 barrels. See, I end up looking at alcohol when I go looking at Asda. That's just that's how it goes. So, how are you doing tonight? Shit. Let me just move this over here so I can actually see what the hell I'm doing. There we go. I've not bought cigars in a long time, but I know the current packaging anyway. I do occasionally buy minis. Although there are some places that haven't gotten to it yet, like my local my newsagents that's like right across the road from me. They still sell Kef Creme with the label on them. Same with Hamlets. They haven't gone to those ones yet. I tried La Invicta. I know the cheap ones are bad. They have. I'm confused enough for Macanudo actually. Never mind. I don't remember. La Invicta has been quite a while. There are no tobacconists in my city, so. Have I ever been to a tobacconist? That's a good idea. Don't think I have. Tobacco will be illegal one day. You just gotta enjoy it as it comes. It's The only problem is I just assume taxes are gonna get quite high. The reason cigars are taxed is for the money, like the huge amounts of money. In the UK, it's like a billion pound industry, and it's kind of a lot of tax to get off that. I think I might have an example of one that might show that. I hate the straw already. They're allowed like a small portion. Like if you got a packet about this big, then they're allowed like about this much on the bottom of it. I don't think so. I wouldn't really know. I don't keep up to date with anything ever. I would say I'm out of the loop, but I was never really in it. Oh, I just can't be bothered. I'm too lazy for that shit. Oh, yeah. Oh god, that human almost hates me. Probably open a window for the smoke. Alright, thanks man. It's always good to get those messages. I think my channel's been doing okay. Like the last subscriber appreciation video I made was like 1,000 subs. I did one like 500 sub giveaway and all that shit. Now I'm nearly 2,500. It's just pretty astonishing, to be honest. Although my subscriber intake has gone to like nothing. Woking. I was there once. They have kind of like that shopping mall place. I don't know quite what it is, but it's got cinema in it. I ended up there once. I think I don't know why we were there, but I think that's about the time Inception came out. And watched it in the cinema there. It's actually like one of the okay places in England, which is surprising because it's in fucking England. I think that scars a bit though. But I want to say dead and over at the same time. It just doesn't work when you try and combine words. It's very hard when you don't speak the fucking language. But I've only gotten 60 subs in my past 28 days. Usually every month I get about 100 back in the day. Now it's reduced down to 60. I so rarely do these, as in like the last one I did was sometime last year, last live stream. And all those were for reviews. This is like the only one I've done that I've not specifically aimed to review anything. Basically didn't sleep last night, so if I sound tired and make no sense, that's just how it goes. I've gotten quite a bit of views in the past 28 days, though 22k is quite high for me. Almost breaking near enough 500,000 views. I don't know quite which video is blowing up, but I did just smoke a cigar and a pipe before then. But I'll probably be picking one to review later tonight, a smaller one. Yeah, I need to redo some of my old videos. Like my most popular videos have actually quite a lot of dislikes. That's because it's just I was not very good at what I did back then, and they're popular cigars, and that's why I ended up with them first. And the quality was pretty bad. I want to re-review the Monty number 4, but those are kind of not easy to get a hold of a box of. I need to sort this pipe tobacco. Actually, it was the Sherlock Holmes earlier, but it's dried the fuck up. So I honestly never knew that meant Old Vide Demerara till I bought a bottle. Always, it's like the go-to thing I get in pubs. So yeah, I redid the Rimeister Moods a few times. I'm not such a big fan of pipes. I mainly go with cigars. I don't think it's laziness or cost. I think it's just taste, to be honest. Never smoked Czech cigarettes. I know nothing about Czech Republic. Oh, the Villager Export Press. They've been meaning to do something similar. What's the other Villager one? It's like a Villager Maduro, I think, something like that. I'm sure someone in my chat knows, but something along those lines. You mean to review one of those? For some reason, the Jose Piedra Cremas actually have quite good like to dislike ratio, but it's very solid. Ramones, I feel they can actually have some decent cigars, but I've never really had them because I had the Gigantes and that was just a fucking disappointment. But that's just a big thing with big cigars in general. They're always going to be disappointments. There's very few that are actually very solid. I actually think the Chinchilla roll is no, Charatan is probably one of the better large cigars. I do have a Davidoff left to review actually. This collection is the Puro d'Oro, and this is the Davidoff Magnificus. It says the largest of the range, I think, but as you see, it's not that big. It still costs a metric shit ton. Here we go. So I've been considering writing a review again. I just dropped cigars down the side of my humidor. That always happens. My humidor is full, but mostly of just like stuff that's not cigars, like boxes and stuff. So of course I've got these two. If you don't follow my Facebook, holy shit, that was not in English. If you don't follow my Facebook page, you probably won't know, but I did write a few reviews for Cigar Inspector. And they've actually got quite good reviews and comments and stuff, so I'm quite happy with that. But one of these I've still got to write a review about. I think I've written 3 or 4 reviews for them. 2 of these cigars, maybe one of them. And there's another one I've got to write a review about. I think it might be the Romeo. And I'll do a video about the Hoyo. But the Selection Pyramid from Habanos is very, very good. It's crowned by Cohiba. This is English market selection bullshit. I can barely speak English, let alone write it, so every time I forget to put the paper back. Those have been sitting around for the longest of times. And I made a video about this a year and a half ago, maybe. This is the Cohiba Selection Robustos. And I did say if I ever met any of my subscribers in person, I would have one of these with them. And they're beautiful little Robustos, to be honest. It's my favourite little set, and it's the best thing the English market selection has to offer. I mean, it's a very fascinating little set. Romeo. I mean, I would love to have these myself, but I did make a promise something like a year and a bit ago that I would just give one of these to meeting any of my subscribers in person. Honduran. I actually can't think of any Honduran cigars off the top of my head aside from those. Honduran. I have no idea. And that's just me being out of the loop. As I said, I review like 1 cigar every month now, at most, so. What is Honduran? Are Alec Bradley mostly Honduran, or are they mostly Nicaraguan? I don't remember. Let me take a look. Oh, there's no more Filthy Hooligan barber holes. They were quite a good cigar, apparently. I am not a fan of Cortez cigars. I reviewed one once and it was abysmal. It was like expensive for its size if you're considering it as a budget cigar, and it tasted worse than a budget cigar. Yeah, there's not too many Hondurans. I'm not a big fan of Honduran cigars. My favorite is probably Dominican. Although LFD have me biased. Have me biased as fuck. I would definitely like a lot more Florida Dominicana cigars. I am surprisingly running out of alcohol. I need to get some more. I've been trying to get some Havana Club rum, but I'm not that big of a fan of it in terms of just the price for its taste. Just trying to think. Yeah, it's too expensive in stores, but when I had it at the pub, it was like OVD. It's basically the same thing. Except OVD is a lot cheaper, and it is the most popular drink in Dundee apparently. But if you get yourself this and you like Havana Club, this is the cheap shit you want. This is like the budget rum of Havana Club. Definitely worth a go. I have a bunch of port. Like I even have Marks and Spencer's port. That's how desperate I've been getting. It's good port, but just overpriced as fuck. Still got some whiskies, still got some rums. Kind of running out of things to have with cigars, to be honest. I am almost out of Glenfiddich 12-year-old. I've got a spare bottle over there, but that's in my collection. I've got 4 whiskies in my collection. I've got a lot of them. I've got the Glenfiddich 12-year-old, the 15-year-old, the 18-year-old, and the IPA. The IPA is actually open now, so I'll have to replace it at some point. What was that other cigar? It came in a little tube, yellow tube. It was last something. Lyrica, that's the one. Most of their cigars are just in small yellow tubes. So they're kind of like glorified minis, but I could not stand them. Yeah. At least I got some Glen 12 left. You could go for a cheap cigar, but it's like less pleasant than just not having a cigar, then you're throwing away money. I feel I need to sit up, but I was not expecting for there to be a real rum come gay. I'll look into that, it's not that bad. Price wise. I prefer rum, to be honest. Whiskey goes better with everything, to be honest. I prefer whiskey if I'm having it with something, but if I'm at the pub or something, I don't know, yeah, I would just go for rum. OVD like 99% of the time. That's how I got into OVD, but I never really owned a bottle until I bought 3 of these a couple weeks ago, and this is the last bottle, so. I would say probably, you know, like Bacardi Oak Heart That's probably the best because it's just a very solid dark rum. It's also quite cheap, you know, Bacardi being kind of like white Bacardi being women's rum, of course, but it does it quite well, quite cheap. Rip. I would say I'm probably more of I drink whiskies more as a whole for pairing with drinks, but let me show you a couple. That's not what I meant to do. I'll be back in 1 second. I'm going to be so blocked out by this. Yeah, here we go. I literally have this, and it's been sitting around forever because it's so goddamn poor. It's Tesco's Everyday Value Dark Rum. It would make very good antifreeze, but that's not what we're here for. Okay, so where do we start? Glenfiddich 12-year-old. This is my favourite drink if it comes to whiskies. And to be honest, it's right up there as my just favourite drink of all time to pair with anything. I actually prefer it to a lot of the other Glenfiddichs, and it's just really cheap for what it is. You know, if you were going for whiskey, I would really suggest this one. Next, we have the Glenfiddich 15. Quite fair. Not much else I can say about it. It's just nice to have a little bit of a change. It's not quite dark though. It's a bit weird. For being age 15, it's just not that strong, but it's, you know, nice and mild. I should point out this, that, and that. Well, except that actually. I've not opened. I've had separate bottles, but this is not a bad one at all. I think price-wise, it's about 35 or something. You get it on sale for about the same price as 25. This here's the IPA. I'm just going up in order of expense here. It's 40 something quid, so it's, you know, kind of cheapish. I didn't like this one as much as I probably should do. I mean, it's not bad, but, you know, it's the Indian Pale Ale experiment. And I think it's kind of a failed experiment. But I would give this one a miss if you're into your whiskies. Let's when I open a whiskey, I tend to replace it immediately with an unopened one. Well, a new one. So I always have one for collecting, but this I just haven't because I don't feel like it. It's not that good of a whiskey. Next is the I always have these as just like very kind of a presentation pieces. The Glenfiddich 18-year-old. This can cost you 67, 70 quid by the area. Very nice for an 18-year-old whiskey. Probably where you start getting into classic whiskies like Dalmore and stuff. This really matches that point. Out of whiskies, we've got the rum, the dark rum I showed, but this is probably my go-to drink. It's just so good. The Demerara goes with everything. Port-wise, I drink Croft port, but I also drink some cheap ports as well, like really cheap shit. This is cheap, but not like proper cheap shit. This is like 13 quid a bottle. You get good ports for like 5 quid. I can't really tell the difference, to be honest. The Croft Purple Velvet, I find it's kind of watery. It's just not as strong as normal porter. It doesn't have the good. It doesn't. It has the kick in terms of alcohol percentage, but it just doesn't have strong taste really. So I'm quite a big fan of the purple velvet, but it's not that good. If you're looking for a good stiff drink, but I'm not often, so. And the Marks and Spencer's Special Reserve Port. I get some of these from time to time. They're good for special occasions. Marks and Spencer's, of course, being overpriced bullshit, but it's a nice ball. So that's kind of the alcohol I've got in at the moment, aside from the couple Glenfiddich 12s I got over here. In the cupboard in the other room, I've got a normal Bacardi. And what else is in there? Glenmarnock, that's the one. There's Glenmarnock in there. So, I've also got some beer in the fridge. Welcome to Scotland, folks. But I didn't probably just mature a bit. This has turned into an alcohol stream, so let me just put these away. I'll be back in a second. Ay. Jack Daniel's honey is not bad. It's kind of okay. It feels like a women's drink though. So I'll be back in a second. I've got to go to the bathroom. That would look like a fucking BT accountant. Oh man, that's terrific. BT accountant, fucking. No, I'm done. I'm done. Oh man, that's hard to recover from. Jesus Christ. Accountant is just the biggest insult of my life. Trust me. BT or Sky. What kind of companies are you coming up with here? I'm thinking of that Arturo Fuente to review actually. Someone just gives me the urge to review that one. Decent cigars run you 15 quid for an average one. Like the Alec Bradley range, a Monte 4 might cost you 20 quid, 12 quid, sorry. A lot of cigars, 10 to 20, 10 to 25. If you're looking at expensive cigars, you're looking 25 to 60. So, and that's not including premium brands, absolute premium brands like Davidoff, but yeah, I would say 15 quid average for a premium cigar, a good cigar anyway. For a cheap cigar, you're looking at 7 quid, 10 quid. 7 quid gets you a standard Corona in a basic brand or something. I swear my life has become smoking cigars and eating cereal bars. It's just, it's all life is right now. Work, sleep, eat cereal bars, smoke a cigar, repeat. Seriously debating one of these Perdomos. They're great little cigars. Man, I swear you, I can get people out of murder charges, but I'm not a lawyer. Australia's a little bit worse. I did have an Australian girlfriend. Their prices are quite a bit worse. They had plain packaging long before us. As I can show actually. This is a packet of Australian Davidoffs from 2015. We have the second worst tobacco taxes. The worst is Australia. It costs. Some people have said like a quality pack of cigars in Australia is something like 50 Australian dollars. That's if that's true, it's absolutely insane. Hmm. My stream is actually lagging behind a little bit. Don't know why, but not a big fan of showing cigar prices. I'll put it that way. But overall, I would say they are the worst, and the UK is a little bit behind for second worst. I can't really think of any. The next country, I think maybe Sweden and the Netherlands. Maybe just Sweden. They have quite high taxes. There's like some European countries that border each other that have basically the cheapest taxes to no taxes, but by horse if wanted to. Not as a euphemism or pun, but I look like I have 100 grand horse in my back garden. I honestly don't care about money. It's the last thing I care. That sounds alright for a box. I would imagine something tells me that Poland doesn't have much in the way of taxes. I would assume it's quite cheap. It just feels like one of those European countries, especially they're very very low income. I know this because of ESA. They have really high, really poor income tax and really poor income. It's like I was complaining about beers there because he went to Sweden. So he went from a place where alcohol is barely taxed at all to a place where it's taxed almost the most. So I imagine it's pretty similar to tobacco. I would imagine it's a cheap place. What's behind me? Shitloads. A pipe tobacco, Cohiba lighter boxes. I've had here since forever. Tissues because, you know, pipe cleaners, pipes over there. A cupboard because, you know, those exist. Rubik's Cubes and shit inside of it. I keep a lot of random stuff in there like aftershave and alcohol. That's a sofa, as you can tell. That's a old keyboard, Xbox controllers and Xbox and TV and shit by there. There's honestly like not much that goes on in this room. I have a lot of stuff. It's a big room though, big room. Oh, did they open the package and was it charge you income custom? What's it called? Import duty? Is it? I think so. Yeah. It's the reason I don't order cigars from abroad. I do get a lot of abroad cigars, but you know I have to bend quite a lot of rules to be able to get those without getting import duty. Australia is really strict on it. I know about their customs. That's a bit of a problem. Getting Australian customs to the UK, that's I've had that issue before. Yeah, that sounds about right. I know that in the US, about a fifth of the cigar is about taxes, and 4/5 is the price of it. In UK, about 1/5 is the price of the cigar, and 4/5 is just the tax. It's like some ridiculous fucking stupid shit. With the Royal Mail, they put a card through your letterbox, and you had to pay the tax first before you they'll deliver the package. So you could just leave it and they'll send it back. If not, although I know some online cigar places won't tell you about it. I guess time for some more rum. I think if you don't pay it in 30 days, they send it back. I would play music in these streams, but I'm honestly tired of the ridiculous amount of emails I get. It's YouTube's copyright system. I'm grabbing our drink, back in a minute. You kind of actually do, especially Spain. If you're in the UK, you do get taxed if you try and import cigars from somewhere like Spain and Geneva, those kind of places. So, yeah. You would definitely, if you order from Belgium, you would get import tax if they catch your package. Seriously, it's anything outside of the EU. UK, sorry, it's a bit of a bitch. It's a little bit unfortunate, but whatever saves the government some money, right? Here we go. Yeah. I used to get a haircut. The last guy who cut my hair was like fucking drunk. It's just insane. I think I'm the only guy who drinks rum out of pint glasses when I have a chaser with it. I just I can't usually stand to have drinks with chasers unless I've got quite a lot of it. So this is like the only amount of rum that makes me happy if it's like this much. I also really don't have working kidneys. I've only got one that works, so everything just passes through me. Makes no difference. Now, what's up, man? Do I look like I do? I'm Scottish, man. We all have cocaine. Didn't you know this? Of course I don't. When you review cigars, like if you see my comment section as an average, because you know, I've got a feed that tells me every comment from all my videos combined, and you would say a lot of them are just kids talking about weed. It's just stupid. You get fed up with it really, really quickly. kind of a fan of the Samuel Galwith snuff, by the way. Jesus Christ, I can't speak. The raspberry, not bad. It's kind of it's almost a little bit thick. It's not just quite powdery enough. I've had this forever, but I still occasionally enjoy it. It's the Samuel Galwith apple. If you could get with it, it's definitely tides you over quite a bit if you have a craving for tobacco. It's snuff, you're supposed to sniff it. I imagine Ham's a cigar reviewer, although I don't watch many. There's not many active. I see. Fuck, I've forgotten the word. What's the word in English? Subscribers. No. Subscriptions. That's the one. The subscriptions I do have that have posted anywhere entirely recently are Ali Alami. I watch him quite a bit. He is from Kuwait. I believe he owns the shop Big Smoke. No. I don't remember what it's called. Something along those lines. I think it might be actually Big Smoke in Kuwait. Rings a bell. But I would subscribe to him if you weren't. I also subscribe to... Nobody has posted anything that I'm actually subscribed to in quite a long time on this channel. I'm like going back 6 months here. The cigar area, I wonder his website's still active actually. TheCigarArea.com. Nope. But the cigar area, he's a very good cigar reviewer. I occasionally play snooker in terms of I play snooker, I think this is shit, and then I play pool. Bear suit to my free cams. But yeah, I would say the cigar area is probably the best cigar smoker I would recommend. I made a video shouting him out. It's like the only person I ever have. So. Aside from that, some random Mr. Leemit Ford videos. I don't know. Does anyone remember RJ talked about a guy who got shit because he made like random autistic political posts? That was Mr. Leemit Ford. I somehow subscribed to him, I don't know why. Nobody has posted anything in the longest of times, so oh, Friends of the Stogie, they're around. They're actually quite a good cigar duo, I would say. Review duo. I'm Scottish, I'm always drunk, man. But yeah, so little I'd actually recommend. Some of the very old people would know the memes from Cigar Obsession. It's kind of a very long-standing thing that I only subscribe to real people. I don't know any up-and-coming cigar reviewers. To be honest, I would shout them out if I did know. Let's see if there's anything recent actually. There appears to be a new cigar reviewer. Is he any good? I'll look into it. He seems to put some effort into his videos. This is usually how I work. I look at recent cigar reviewers, see who's up and coming, and try and help them out. If you're female, you get a lot of views. That's the only way about it. Holy shit, there's like... Oh god, if only I could link you to what I'm seeing right now. If you search for cigar reviews and sort by upload date, you'll see someone called Lady Cigar Review 4 Kicks Mule Kick 2017. It is the most, Jesus Christ, just trying to use the fact you're female to sell your point ever. I know nothing about buying cheap cigarettes. I smoke the occasional one, and that's about it. My brother's girlfriend smokes, which is like the best thing, so I could just ask her for fags whenever she comes around. It's terrific. My biopack next time I go to the shop actually. Kind of tempted to go to Tesco right now. Don't really know if I can review Scar tonight. I just don't feel like having a Scar. I feel like having minis, but I don't feel like reviewing a mini. I'm gonna be back in a minute. Go to the bathroom. Ay. I'm back. Subscriber interaction, 1 out of 10. Also, hello, whoever's called Spirit Wolf. I don't know your actual name. Yes, that's cool. But there's a lot of reviewers that just don't seem to review anymore. I want to encourage as much as I can, so if any of my subscribers start to review, I would definitely shout them out to try and get them some viewers. But I just want to keep the chain going. Honestly, if I end, I want to make sure I'm keeping it going somewhere. Because I love doing what I do. I love reviewing, but there's just times It's just times I just go off the grid. I don't review for a very long time. It's just because of personal circumstances. So if anything was to happen, I make sure, you know, at least cigar reviewing still goes on to quite some degree, especially UK reviewing. I think reviewing cigars in any region is very important, especially because of prices, different availabilities, you know. So there's very little UK reviewers, and I wish there was one. I wish there was more, but 8 viewers. I was at 17 a few minutes ago, but I had to go away for a drink. Every time I go away, I turn off my webcam and I lose a shitload of viewers. I don't care about viewers. So, I care about my viewers, I just don't care how many there are. So I'm almost at 2,500 subscribers. To be honest, I think I'll hit that within 20 something days. Don't really know what I'm going to do about it. I meant to do a giveaway at 1k, then 2k, then it's going to be 2.5k. I don't know if I will, but there's some people I've been meaning to send some cigars to. And thanks, I guess. What's everyone up to on Skype these days? Subscribers overrated. Just I used to get about 100 a month, and to be honest, I was very happy to get 100, and then 120 was my goal, and then it was just I stopped really uploading. Now I'm getting 60, which is really bad, but 22k is fuck. I cannot speak today. 22. What the fuck am I trying to say? 22k views per month is kind of poor by my usual standards. It's actually not bad. Two F's and off, don't you mean fuck off? But there's one F in that. You don't want to know what my job is. I don't fist goats. That's I'm not Welsh, but honestly, I'm talking. Literally, my income could up and go down $1 million a year, and I wouldn't give a shit. I'm just still enjoying things as it comes, no matter how simple or cheap it is. I'm so tempted to have one of these. Or hold on. I was saving these for a reason. I don't remember what the reason is though. I haven't remembered in like days. One of these days I'll be able to monetize my videos, but I've never been able to. If I ever can, then I might make some money off these, and I might be able to do something more. But in the meantime, I'm just relying on me and my efforts. And I don't give a shit about anything. Incidentally, I play a game called Age of Empires 2 at a very high competitive level. If you've existed in 1999, you probably know what that game is, but you probably didn't know it's still alive. Yep, not a liar, not an accountant, not a goat fister. I'm also not Welsh, just in case you needed that. It's not turn-based at all. It's real time. So you got that one wrong. Speaking of which, Rise of Nations is on sale. Might consider buying Rise of Nations. Am I out of coffee cream smoke? Yes, I am, surprisingly. When did this happen? On Steam, surprisingly, since you're Australian, time to mention, but everyone that's not Australian will never play with Australians just because of the ping. It's just so insane. Never played Mafia 3. Never played any Mafia game. Not my kind of thing. You actually had the Nintendo DS version of AoE 2? Jesus fucking Christ. Seriously? Like, I thought only a few insane, like, mentally disabled people who owned that game, but the PS2 version was the shit as well. 1150 or less, decent scars. I haven't checked recent prices actually. Let me just check a couple of ones I would suggest. Is my smoking shop having some issues? Why can't I find Don Thomas cigars for sale on the UK websites? That's weird. I was going to suggest one of the Don Thomas because they could be under 1150, obviously, but I wouldn't suggest Clubmaster too much. Let me show you something that I can actually show on stream now. I couldn't show it years ago, but I'll show it now. It's in my box. Yeah. I have with me what suppliers pay for cigars, not like Cigars Limited. What they actually pay for. Oh, right, those. As an old cigar supplier myself, I could have almost I had the money to start a business in cigar supply, but I just could not bring myself to it. It was too. There was no money in it, to be honest. I probably would end up in a loss. There's cheapish warehouses, but nothing to really make these prices worth it. And the Honduras black market Toro, for example. Yeah, it's pretty cheap for a box. I don't remember where it was. This is what suppliers got actually when these were new. When the shade came out, and also the Kentucky Fire Cured. The profit margin on cigars is actually quite small. It's like 30%. Clubmaster, here we go. Where's the actual Clubmaster? It's not just the minis. Clubmaster Pantel Vanilla Chubos. Looking at 20 cigars with 30 ring gauge 4 3/4 inch length. We're looking at 35 quid excluding VAT. And the RIP is about double that. It's about 30% more actually, it's not double. But those things are really worthless in terms of actual costs. Yeah, I never was allowed chilies before, but honestly, I just don't give a shit. There's nothing holding me back from it. So I'm pretty sure there's other cigars I've never brought myself to keep smoking. I was literally just about to bring that up. Let me go grab those. I haven't had them beside me. I made this video for the memes, like for the clickbait memes, but I still know like nothing about these cigars. I know the minimum age was like 40 something years old. So that's the age I put, but I assume they're 50-ish, give or take. If they're made in the middle of the era these cigars are popular, then it's quite a different story. After smoking one of these, I developed whooping cough, which, if you don't know, is quite a horrible infection. Focus. There we go. Would not touch another one of these again unless I want to get severely ill. What? That's what happens when you buy shit on eBay. Who knows, I might start a cigar business one day, maybe not, but I tried to at one point and I could not justify the numbers. As in, I was thinking I could just put 20 grand into this, it'd be perfectly fine, but it's never going to make it back, to be honest. That was just a meme. That was kind of a joke thing, but I really did actually get sick from it. I had whooping cough for like 3 weeks. It was some bullshit. If you ever coughed so much that you actually start vomiting because you've just got this feeling of things coming up, that was it. You were just vomiting all the time because you were coughing. I need to refill this lighter. My two current lighters, aside from the cheap ones, are of course the Cohiba, whatever the fuck it's called. It's out of gas right now. This is a real, this is a real Cohiba. This is a fake one, but it works quite well. The reason I wanted it is because it's triple flame. I wouldn't really suggest double flame lighters like this one because you end up with sort of this horizontal line in your burn. You don't end up with this even circular burn. You could go all around. Definitely worth it. Both these, they come with this cutter here. Always happy to have a punch. Handy as well. Nice little pocket lighter, but this does not hold much gas at all. BT accountant, fuck off, man. I wouldn't trust Chincharo as far as I could throw them. It's just they occasionally have the good cigar that tastes good. The last Fuerte Maduro I tried, I actually wouldn't credit my review entirely on that one because I really enjoyed the first one I had, but the second one wasn't as good. But I think that's probably just because they're so fucking inconsistent. It could be anything. But I would say the Fuerte Maduro, if you buy a lot, you could occasionally, get a good cigar. If not, just a kind of enjoyable Maduro cigar, I guess, for like nothing. So I say overall they're good. Torcidos are probably their most reliable. version, but I would not say they're that great. Overall, I would say Chicharro is cheap shit, but it's too much of the shit, not enough of the cheap. So I believe they're the Mark IV magnates, but I don't know much about them. And have a good night to the guy who went to sleep. That is. For some reason, I'm no longer sending to YouTube. There we go. Yeah, my English goes out the window. Honestly, I have no idea how to speak the fucking language. I don't know much about those Mark IV cigars, but actually, I would not put it past it for Chitaro to be using paper. That would explain quite a lot. I've been trying to get some of the Gurkha cigars. I've just not really had any. If I did, I would review them, but I'm just not. It's a bit of a weird one. I would like to try some someday, but there's a lot of cigars I would like to try, so I can't get around to them all. Considering bringing my other humidors over, one of them I still actually have some weird cigars in, and it might seem a bit weird to say, but I think I got some Monte Cristo Open Regattas in that one, like a few of them, some Regis Coronas, believe it or not, over there. A La Flor Dominicana Double Ligero Chiselito, I bought at $20. I've been keeping one left in the box for ages. A Vagueros Mananitas, the other one's the Intremont or whatever it was. This one I've got left. Where is it? I don't know, one of them. And some whatever the fuck's random cigars over there, but I can't really identify them. They've been sitting there for years. I never touch anything in that humidor. I'll be back in a minute. I've got to head to the bathroom. I don't know why it's not displaying right, but Everything here is low quality. That's all you need to know. Honestly, the guy who cut my hair last time was fucking drunk. I prefer Dominican to Cuban. Like, the one thing I would say about Cuban is that they're very consistently good, but they're not consistently the best. That's all you need to know. You'll get good cigars if you go for Cubans. You'll never be really disappointed, to be honest, but you won't think they're the best. They won't be the best you've tasted. If you've had something like an exceptional Dominican, an exceptional, an absolutely exceptional Nicaraguan, as you get in some cases, it's just, that's probably the better thing for you. Come on. Let's bring up this box while I'm at it. I've been meaning to offload these, but I've not gone around to them in a while. There's 2 layers. I don't know whether I'm going to really finish these in my entire lifetime or not, but the thing is, they're 2-hour smokes. I don't have the time for them. I prefer shorter smokes. And that's just a preference thing. I have huge hands. Like, most people tend to notice a can of Coke in my hands looks like nothing. Like, it's tiny. But, yeah, these look like just nothing. These are 7.5-inch cigars, I think. But, I just can't really get into them. They're just too much. I prefer short cigars, good quick smokes that give me a lot of flavour in the time. This is just not right on the flavour end, and it takes too long, and it's just not the flavour. And for that long, it's just not worth it. They're smelling okay though for being aged so long. These are like 25 quid a cigar, by the way, so. I accidentally pulled this box out, so I might as well keep up with it as I go. I'm really running out of these. These are the Bolivar. Can't think of what they are. Coronas. Not bad cigars at all. Good staples, but again, not something I would smoke all the time. It's they just kind of sit there. I'm not a big fan of the taste. It's kind of like Spike's taste, but without any good flavour to it. All too common in some cheap cigars these days. If you're newer to my channel, you might not be too familiar. I have my own cigars rolled at one point. Still got quite a lot of these left, actually. It's been years. Amazing smell, but these really will kill you. These are more than 2-hour smokes, and your stomach will really be killing you at the end of it. I smoked cigars for years. I smoked some really heavy cigars, double Guerrero Maduro, whatever. I can even inhale those cigars no problem, but this cigar I just still can't make it to the end of. It is absolutely incredible. It's lethal. I went for the strongest tobaccos I could possibly know. I went for full flavour. Didn't think in the end about the end result. I can't make it through these. I do occasionally give these away. They are insanely expensive. Like you don't want to know. But I do occasionally give these away. The next giveaway may include those as well as the Veja Robeno. Though, fucking hell, I cannot speak today. Veja Robena Donna Andros. That's the one. I have a few left. I've got in this humidor. I've got maybe about 15, 20. I give those away in my giveaways, but my giveaways are mostly UK only because the whole tobacco import bullshit. But if you want a cigar that's gonna kill you, you smoke one of those. Only cigar I've never really been able to get through. It's still enjoyed actually for 2 hours, and I just put down when there's still 1.5 to 2 inches left. If you want to get cigars rolled for you have to contact a few companies, and you have to be quite rich. That's the only way I can summarize it. I used to go away Romeo e Julieta gift sets. I think you might have actually had one, Jennifer, actually come to mention it. Someone got one. I don't think I have like any female viewers. I think you're like the only one, so you might have got one. But used to give away those, and they're probably one of the best things I've given away. I might get more of those. Not cheap either, but I give away some of my own scars if I did more giveaways, but I just don't. It's getting harder and harder to speak English. It's just like it's like I didn't live north in Lornori to begin. I thought you had one of my giveaways, but maybe not. Basically, I used to do random shit giveaways in terms of I would just post on Facebook. I was like, who wants to win these 3 scars, and whoever would respond first, I would give them it. But honestly, I need to get some proper giveaway organized for the cigars I don't smoke, which is often includes cigars that I really enjoy, but I've got too many. So I don't give away bad cigars in that regard, but I just have not gotten around to any. And nearly 2,500 subs is just weird. Americans do have Cubans now, though. That's the problem. The thing is that a difference between Cuban and American cigars would be just the difference between Cuban and every other cigar. But any cigar from any region could produce a cigar of any taste. You know, any quality just depends on the company. I would say Cubans on average are different than everywhere else in the world because Habanos have this thing there where they're really, it's like a monopoly. Where every cigar really has to sell through Habanos. There's a few others like Jose El Piedra, a couple of the weird ones, but Habanos tend to just make sure Cuba is pumping out good quality cigars. They're not always the best, but they're always at least of a good standard. So that's about the only thing I could ever mention in a video, to be honest. Just not too much else to say. Also, I should probably mention this now. I never mentioned in any videos, but I did have a stroke when I was younger, and the left side of my face doesn't really work. So if you ever notice the right side of my face have more activity than the left, that's a bit. That's all I can say about that one. A lot of people actually comment that my face doesn't look right. That's about it. Yeah. Skype on the phone is a bit of a bitch. Most people don't actually notice it. They think there's something like a little bit off, but most people tend to notice it when I'm trying to smile because you see I smirk. Like the right side of my face, the smile goes up, and this side is just like a flat line. It doesn't go much. I go with Roman nose because it's just like better than saying I have a big nose, which I do, but it means more snuff, right? It's all part of being Scottish. I shit you not. This draw always gets stuck. In Scotland, we don't smile much. I'll give you that. I recommend you, if you don't have snuff but you do enjoy tobacco, you want to get snuff. It's so good. Although, as an ex-cocaine addict, I would seriously suggest it. I'm gonna go grab another drink, so be back in a second. Yeah. Aye, I'm back. Who the hell's Mussolini? Never heard of him. There we go. I feel like I have mini, but I don't have much minis at the moment. I kind of want to do a humidor tour, but of course I haven't got really room or time to do that. But let's get the main draw out. It's jammed in there somehow. He's pretty stuck in there. Oh well. One day I promise I will review this, but I've still not gotten hold of this. A Shotman Man on 56. Such a good score. Do I have any party guys left? on the Pargas mini tent. I almost thought these were clubs, but I don't know why. But this is the most beautiful box in the history of cigars. Would so recommend this. Just for the box. Very good cigars actually. For minis, they're actually not that expensive. Hmm. That cool matches actually makes more sense. Which have disappeared, despite me having about 3,000 matches, literally. This is originally what I envisioned when I started this channel though, just people who love cigars getting together and enjoying a time together. I was thinking of Google Hangouts, like if anyone ever wanted to do that, just get together with other people who are just smoking cigars or just enjoy cigars and talk. It's all about informalities. Not a fan of formalities at all. Yeah. I seriously think I was smoking this from the wrong end. Very hard to tell which is which, but it does definitely feel like I'm smoking it from the wrong end. In terms of taste. Let me just double check this. I would recommend these Pargas minis. I almost said club again. It's just of course I'll have it. The Monte Cristo club are not bad, but I don't have any Lucky Strikes cigarettes from 50 years ago if I did a review them, because it's clickbait bullshit. These are very, very solid minis though. I made a post about this on my Facebook page, let me just double check that. So where does everyone currently viewing live? Looks like I'm dropping frames, by the way, which just means you get a little bit of lag. Ay, ay, ay. Can I get a response that isn't from a total shithole, please? One second. I've got to sneeze. Ah, how's this easy fit? It's hard to blow smoke rings with some minis. It's just the amount of smoke, to be honest. Pipe tobacco I find basically impossible to blow smoke rings with, but it's very, very easy for certain mini cigars. Hmm, weird. Overburn. You can always tell overburn by the aftertaste. It's just a little bit weird. Aftertaste comes first, the natural taste. Let me just correct that typo. Okay, fucking spell. But never heard of those. Yeah, the overburn. The Manchester roast. So I've been considering just giving some cigars to some channel followers of randomness, but that comes to the fact that I have to find out what those followers like. I have to just say you've won some sort of giveaway, but like, what do you want? And if I have it, that's fine, but if I don't, it's not fine. Uncultured. The only culture Manchester has is between their toes. Calm down. I make no sense at the best of times, so don't think this is any different. Not bad on the rich oil, to be honest. It's pretty it's probably towards the stronger side. A bit stronger than Monte Cristo, the power gas, to be honest. I'm a big fan of power gas. The only good thing about Scotland is the fucking shitloads of cocaine. That's all I'm gonna go with. This is really what I envisioned for my channel, surprisingly. I didn't review cigars just to be some stuck up little fuck. I review cigars to just have some conversation with people, enjoy speaking with people, get the cigar community out there, make cigars a little bit more cigarettes. So I do occasionally smoke cigarettes, but you have not seen Norwegian tobacco prices. You don't want to go there. Denmark's fine actually. Most of EU is low places. I'm just trying to think. Sweden and Norway. They're pretty much the top tobacco prices in terms of the EU. There are some tax havens near there. Basically crossing the border, you go from tax-free to full find the top cigars, to be honest. It's top cigar prices. I can't really think, to be honest. It's a bit weird. You don't want to move out there. I don't know how their laws are, and basically just actually, I've heard of people going just across the border, driving, buying some beer, and then coming back, buying shitloads of alcohol, bringing it back because it's cheaper. But I don't really know about tobacco. But I would suggest. I was using a fucking Ore word. Wouldn't really suggest moving to Norway. Denmark, I believe, is one of the cheap places though. I don't know who the hell Neil Buchanan is, but I was thinking of once actually doing a review in Ori, which is the language I speak. So Ori is kind of like imagine having a Scottish accent, but actually having a language to go with it. That's Ori. It's Dundonian basically, and it's kind of the closest thing you can get to a separate language. But yeah. Ooh, what attack. It's been some time. What do you say is closer to Scottish actually? Pictish or Celtish? It's always been a bit of confusion between some people. I'll be back in a minute. I've actually got to run to the bathroom. I have a relatively small bladder to only having one kidney. Hey. Welcome to the rest of us Creativology. Never watched a Zulu movie. I actually missed a comment about Neil Buchanan. Holy shit, Alan did. I heard about that in like some ridiculous Facebook post. For some reason it took me out of my dashboard. Like, it's any different. Give me 1 second. I won't actually be able to see chat for a little bit. Okay, here we go. I should be able to see. Sorry if I missed any of your messages. So, does anyone have any questions? That's the start of this. I enjoy a lot of music. For some reason, I enjoy fucking some Nelly song recently. But, I enjoy a lot of rap, R&B, hip-hop, that kind of thing. But, like, the occasional random stuff like fucking Rise Against, of all people, I do enjoy mixing into my playlist. It's just a bit like, if it has a good sound, I'll listen to it, and that could be anything, so. I think any music category, to be honest, do it well. I would play music, but like YouTube, it hits you with 1,000 copyright notices every single time you do. Buddy Holly was La Bamba, wasn't he? I don't know. I just remember watching the film about it. I'm gonna close the window. It's fucking cold in here. The place I live in Scotland, basically, it's always below freezing point, so it's cold as shit. Ray Charles. Who the hell's Ray Charles? Christ, is that Michelle Obama? Don't know of him. Oh, I am a civil engineer. That's kind of the thing. I went to uni because when you need qualifications to have jobs if you already have the jobs. It's a bit weird, but it helps you out with the promotional area. So engineering is quite good, to be honest. I'm a bit of a fan of it. I prefer the site management side to the structural engineering side, but that was quite a while ago. I don't remember ever making a video pointing out that I was a civil engineer, but I know he was. But as for why I actually am currently, not many people are going to know that. Let's take a look at recent comments actually. Someone was pointing this one out earlier. They were saying, what's with kids talking about weed? This is why I always get my most recent comment, literally my most recent, is can you make a blunt with these? And I was talking about the Castella Classic. That's I don't get those anymore. I probably should. They're like £1 cigars you get from my newsagent. Do you get smoke? Do you get cigs too? Yeah, these kind of things. Some guy saying they didn't realize how expensive in the UK. That's my usual kind of comment. People not realizing how expensive UK cigars are. That's because everywhere except Australia has more expensive cigars. Australia is like the top. UK is second up. A guy wanting to exchange cigars, but I don't usually exchange cigars with people who just comment for the first time. It's a bit weird. A guy asked if the Romeo Juliet, what number is this? The Romeo 1 is for a beginner. I would say the Romeo 2 or 3. Probably the 3 is for a beginner. The 2 is maybe a little bit long, but the 1 is definitely too long for a beginner. More comments about cost. Some people don't like the Panama Slim. This is where I differ. The Panama Slim I actually thought was quite good value. This itch on my leg is fucking never gonna go away. Yeah, a lot of people occasionally don't agree with my reviews. It's like 98% do, 10% don't. That's kind of the ratio I'm looking at. And that's why I'm not happy with my old reviews. My old reviews don't have a very good ratio, but my newer ones do. It's maybe because I didn't know what I was speaking about back in the day. I was going with first impressions, did I like this or did I not, is the basic aspect of it. It's not whether, is this a great design cigar, for example. A guy asked once if I had relatively small hands. That was a bit weird. I have oversized hands. Like, these things are literally fucking gigantic. So, that's something I always point out in my videos, actually. Occasionally I do point out I do have exceptionally large hands. Like, for example, this is a can of Coke. It's nothing. So, things do look a bit weird. Maduro, I've been meaning to fucking order one of those. Those were my next order, actually, but I never got around to it. So, I've tried Kraken Rum, I think it's okay, but I don't think it's that special. Maduro, so been trying to get around to it, but not. If I could get around to it, I would. What I'm going to be drinking tonight is OVD and Demerara rum. Honestly, I think this is the best rum of all time. It's actually known as Dundee rum, which is the city I live in and have come from. So if you can get a hold of this, it's the best rum you can get. This is what I'll be drinking tonight. Very similar to Havana Club, actually. So you get a hold of that. This is probably a cheaper option for you. I think you might be paying, without a sale, 23 quid per litre. You might be paying slightly under 20 quid per litre for on sale. Tesco will often have a lot of sales. So yeah, this is my all-time favourite rum. I used to always get it out of pubs, and then I decided to start buying it in shops. When I drink rum and coke, though, I always have pint glasses because I can't stand any less. I've had 2 pints of rum and coke today. Where it's a large portion of this shit. I'd imagine it'd be quite sweet. I wouldn't imagine it'd be. I would say the not at all bitter is quite a surprise to me. Because cheaper cigars, when they come to Maduros, are tend to just be a lot of spice. They tend to be quite heavy. Something like the Ligeros is the reason I enjoyed La Flor Dominicana so much. It's only really deep tobacco, such as Double Ligero, of course, Maduro, that I really, really enjoy for its sweetness, its amazing taste, without being so heavily bodied that your stomach feels sick smoking it. So, if they don't have that much bitterness, then it's kind of probably towards the cigars I would enjoy. So, if you're right there, then I will get some, and if I enjoy it, it's probably towards the region of the best budget equivalent of the La Flor Dominicanas. Never drunk Thor's Hammer. I also don't drink mead. I'm not I'm not that weird. I occasionally don't drink beer. I mostly don't drink beer. If I do, it would be Corona because I have a lot of limes at all times. I usually drink like Coke with lime. I'm like that kind of peasant, but I get Coronas for that reason alone. That's the only reason I drink beer. I don't drink or enjoy beer otherwise. I bought a Beck's Stein at one point. That was just for the Stein, it wasn't for the Beck's. The Beck's is total shit. So, make of that what you will. I'll bring that Stein actually back in a minute. First where I live, the biggest Tesco, of course, is 24/7. And around Christmas time, New Year's time, they sold these Steins. It was £7 and it came with a bottle of Beck's. So you're looking at £2, £3 for the Beck's, £4 or £5 for this, and it's a nice glass. I don't really get to use it, but if I'd get pissed, this is the kind of thing you want to go for. Havana Club is quite good. I have to admit, I do like Havana Club, but it's so similar to OVD, and this is a lot cheaper. Honestly, I have to admit, all I know about this drink is that since I was 14 and going to pubs, I would always get OVD and Coke. It's just the go-to drink for me. Great drink. But then I had Havana Club and I was like, this is the same fucking thing, so always get this shit. It's a lot cheaper. As I said, not on sale, 23 quid a litre. It's quite a bit cheaper than Havana, and on sale is 20-ish, so. Your mate is fucking weak if you can't with the Sinai, but I'm almost at the point I just so can't be bothered speaking English. It's I want to go full Aussie. My dad was born in 1947, 48. He's 69 now. Yes, I do take the piss of him for being that exact number, but yeah, he went to Germany and all they ever drank was beer when he was in the army. So I've heard good things about Germany. Apparently it's very clean. Although I do hear modern things about Germany and they're quite bad. So I'm debated on ever going to Germany. It's like half and half. But yeah, this was, you might still be able to get this. I don't know. But not seen it in Tesco since. I always go there to buy crisps. That's about what I buy. But it's definitely a good buy around Christmas. If you go to Tesco at like fucking 9 p.m. to about 4 a.m. every night, that's when you know. It's like 1 a.m. right now. I'm still debating going to fucking Tesco, buying a kettle. That's what I did last time. I bought a shitload of random shit around Christmas time. Like I would just go up to Tesco, go there, buy fucking kettle, buy cereal bars, buy anything that existed. That's weird. Might go back to that. It was fun. And the sex shop in every street in Germany. I'd go, but I'm not into STIs, so. I still want to play some Age of Empires 2 right now, but hmm. Also, let me bring something over. Yeah. Always buy your random shit on eBay. This was like 10 quid. It was a Willem 2 homemade Churchill. These are 90s, maybe, I think. I got this just for glitter value. It's quite a nice item, actually. Really, really cheap. Basically cost nothing, so I bought it. This was under 30 quid, which is absolutely astounding. It's a Tate Modern humidor. So if you're looking on eBay, that's actually a good place to buy your random humidors. Search humidors. Sometimes some just don't sell. But I got this one 30 quid. 24 actually might be something like that. But 24 quid, this holds quite a lot. It's very, very good humidor. I don't use it because I've got, like, aside from this 800 or something humidor capacity, so I don't give a shit. So very, very nice humidor. Check eBay all times. This here was less than 15 quid, 14 quid maybe. Would help if we get a railway. I always rated this as sort of a project, but to be honest, I never got around to it. This actually does function perfectly as a humidor because under this tray here, it does have a humidifier spot. This comes with one, but it's a bit old. I might replace it. I don't really know. I don't really care. But for under 10 quid, you could store 10, maybe 10. I don't know what kind of cigars you have here, maybe 15. You're looking at 60 cigars, maybe, thing in this whole thing. 60 cigar humidor for 10 to 15 quid. So cheap. So always look on eBay. You'll find occasionally good buys. I mean, I paid 20 quid for a tiny little 15-20 cigar humidor, so. Ooh, there's one cigar beginning with an R. I forgot the name of it. I would have to look this one up. Let me see. What are cigar names that begin with R? I honestly. Rafael Gonzalez, that's the one. Perlas? That's the one. Rafael Gonzalez Perlas. Those are some of my top smart cigars. I would definitely recommend those if you have a high budget but you still want a budget, not quite a budget, but a smallish cigar, you know, like a good 45-minute smoke. It's very good quality. Back in a minute, I've actually got to go to the bathroom. You'll see me do this a lot. I've only got one kidney, so don't blame me. Yeah, I am back. So, any more questions anyone's got to ask? Cohiba aren't worth it. That's all I've got to say. Don't touch Cohiba with a 75-foot barge pole. And I don't vape because I'm not gay. That's all I'm going to tell you. But never touch Cohiba. I only have Cohiba by accident. I bought a Sigil 3 once and it was just shit. But Cohiba minis are just overpriced Cuban minis. Like if you buy Monte Cristo minis, you get the same thing. I got these by complete accident. And I'm never sending them back because fuck that shit. The Cohiba Speciales, never Trump. I say never Trump, never touch them. I never drink to compliment a cigar. I drink occasional whiskies with cigars, but that's just kind of the internal feeling of feeling fancy or kind of like feeling like I'm trying for it. I would honestly never say drink for the cigar. I drink Pepsi Max Cherry with half my cigars. Honestly, it's what I drink all day. To me, it's effectively water. I can't taste it anymore. But you drink whatever you want. You'll enjoy it. If not, that's just a bottle there. Empty. A Glenfiddich 12-year-old I would recommend for all occasions if you're... I think a lot of people would just enjoy this as a plain drink. So drink whatever you want, but if you had to choose rum or Glenfiddich 12-year-old whiskey, it's probably the most specific I'll get. Vodka with orange juice, I'm not a woman, but I'd sell any Cohibas I had because I wouldn't want to smoke them. They're worth more than... Well, they sell for more than they're worth. That's kind of the idea. They're just like average Cuban cigars. Like, if you were to translate, you know, a Cohiba of the same size as a Monte Cristo number 4, for example, I would say it's worth about the same as Monte Cristo number 4. It's very similar in taste, but it's really nothing special. It's not worth 4 times the price that they charge. Views on Trump, my god. Great guy. Fucking idiot, but he's the lesser of two evils, so he's the best America's got for now. Eco Rider UK, there's only one single sentence I can respond to that with, and that is the clear question, not queer, fucking hell. Has anyone really been far, even has decided to use even go want to do a little more like? I would say Jose Albedo, I would say a little bit better than that, like Monte Cristo on average, because Monte Cristo, Corona size to Toro size, you're looking at between 10 to 20 quid depending on the exact model, but Cohiba you're looking at double, triple the price, but it's gonna taste the same. You're not going to enjoy it that much more, to be honest. I would drink vinegar with rum, but I'd rather kill myself before I get to that point. So if you ever see me have that, then something has gone terrifically wrong in the process. The timeline would have been broken. Vinegar? Jesus fucking Christ, that sounds disgusting. I drink anything. I'm fucking Scottish, but I would not touch that with a 20-foot barge pole. Yeah, the shirt's crumpled as fuck. I need to get better with ironing. Views on Brexit didn't that shit happen like 400 years ago? Has people not forgotten about that yet? I'm Scottish. What do you think? I honestly don't give a shit. I give a shit about nothing. I just care about the economy, and if the economy goes to shit, then I care about. You are my only true savior, Jesus. You are non-existent, but I need to do something with the shirt. Honestly, it just doesn't sit right. It's a bit weird. I hate shirts that you have to do the top button on for them to just sit right, but I've got like an oversized neck. It's like huge compared to the rest of my body, so I can't wear low chest size shirts. I am 400 if that's the only thing you've got to answer, but I'm sort of horrifically right wing if you're going on the political aspects. Like, I am left wing in terms of ideologies, but I'm right wing in terms of economical impact, so it's just weird. Yeah, I'm not saying that. I am not that retarded. Nearly a 12-year-old. Hey. As in, I believe in the ideological impact, like, for example, equality, but I don't believe in the over-eccentric, the kind of over-eccentric liberalism that sort of leads to discriminatory impacts in the first place. For example, like, I believe in, let's say you're talking about equality for all, but you're not going with the idea that it's just treat everyone equally. But you're kind of looking on the ideas of what the left kind of is now in like making something special about those who have been damaged in the past, kind of a thing. Like, I don't believe you're older than me, Alan. So, but it's left wing is just so it's kind of goes under the idea of these days in a way that making right for things in the past is kind of like being persecuted for your ancestors who aren't alive to offend, for offending people who aren't alive to be offended. So it's a bit kind of a heaven there, but I honestly don't think there should be anything like YouTube right now is doing a Black Appreciation Month, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Can you not just have like not do that? Can you not just like treat everyone equally instead of like putting one on a pedestal? It's kind of the idea of like if someone's being put down in the past, like for example, racism is being against black people, for example, it's like putting them up on a pedestal rather than treating them as equals, as treating them as betters. It kind of like it incites the segregation. It doesn't really make things equal in the end, at least with the way people feel. So I'm more for people just feeling everyone's equal rather than just that stuff. And right wing is technically feeling that everyone's equal. It's just that it's not putting everyone up on pedestal. So that's kind of where I become right wing. It's because left wing has become about segregation in terms of segregating the opposite of what was previously segregated in the name of being equal. It's just stupid. Really, it's very bad. Badly calculated. So but economically, I live in the fucking S&P, and I think economically they do fine. So kind of well in that way. It's a bit ridiculous the other way. Either way, I'm not like anti-left. I don't think a lot of left people don't really know what agenda the entire left is trying to produce. Like they think it's the name of equality without meaning wrong, but it just doesn't go that way. A lot of people confuse what they believe with the way that the world works. So that could be where a lot of the confusion comes in. You can't really blame anyone for it. I'm just with like being equal. Not giving a shit. I live in Scotland where people just don't give a shit. I live in Scotland, we don't give a shit about anything. Like, seriously. I don't give a shit about you, don't give a shit about me. It's like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I like the S&P's economical balance. I think Scotland will probably do well as a nation, so that's all I care about politically. That's what politics is about. It's not about who believes what. In terms of, I don't know how race even came into politics, to be honest. Lol, trying to roast Scotland. That's how you get yourself killed. Whatever happened to Czechoslovakia anyway? They just sort of died in human existence because there's like 3 of those people in the world. But honestly though, I'm thinking everyone, including me, is a group of let's just say a group of interest. It's all groups of interests ever mentioned in politics. It's just they only want equality as a whole, and those who want more than equality, for example, being put up instead of just made equal, then yeah, they're kind of a bit racist themselves, under the guise of saying they can't do what they want is racism. What the fuck is wrong with my glasses? I went to the barber a while ago, and basically, I left them. I took my glasses off. I put them on the counter, and he put them up with hairs on his hands and oil and shit, like wax from hair wax. It was just, the fuck were you doing, man? I can't see otherwise. I can't see with them actually. It's worse. To be honest, when you say we did, that's kind of like none of us did. People in the past did, but not us specifically. Not anyone living. Do you want some snuff? People in general as humans, like, that would be humans. What's going on here? Why is OBS having a fit? Am I dropping frames? I'll say I'm gonna restart my stream. Hmm. Barry looks fine now. Close some shit in the background. Feminism is like an exact example of what I was talking about. It's kind of like you aren't discriminated against now, but try and get revenge for what happened in the past. It's not right. Eh, well, no men have the right to speak of women as the way that women do to speak of men. For example, all the main world leaders in Europe, for example, Angela Merkel, Theresa May, let's not make a joke about that, and various others are causing quite a few disruptions in terms of reverse discrimination. I think this is getting pretty political, though. I mean, as a left wing person that thinks the left wing is shit, that's kind of that's maybe not. Politics is not what I came here to talk about. Shit. I'm kind of like for the fuck it, it'll be a good laugh campaign. To be honest, it's just believe whatever you want as long as everyone gets together. That's the best thing, right? Dessert like flavors? Fucking no idea. Honestly, I have no idea. I'm probably gonna be off soon. It's like 1:40 in the morning. I've been here for 3 hours 10 minutes, and when it's into politics, that becomes quite unpleasant for everyone. So I think I might end this. Been meaning to do a Tour Hero on YouTube, but I've not gotten around to it. I do occasionally mention some stuff in live streams, that's about it. I need to get some food, I'm hungry as fuck. So does anyone else have any last minute questions before I head off? I have a burger actually. I head along to Tesco. Good thought. I'm done. Well, I have another one of these, but GOHF. I might go play some games later, but in the meantime, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But gonna end here. It's been 3 and a bit hours, so happy with that. See you guys.